How do I do a sync clap with digital? Alright. Ah! Perfect. Can tell this is gonna go great. Hello. Welcome back to... What am I doing? Hello, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're doing well. This is a little different, isn't it? This is a new thing. As I'm sure many of you are aware of, I recently moved into a new house, and in said house I don't exactly have lighting and stuff figured out yet for filming traditional videos, but I didn't want to just do a speed paint for this week, so here we are. I had a fun time doing a digital sketch vlog last time, which was a while ago, but I enjoyed it, so I figured I could do more of that. But I thought it would be neat to do a little Halloween sketch vlog. I don't remember if, was it last year? No, I think that was 2 years ago. What did I do last year for Halloween? Did I do anything for Halloween? We're doing something this year. I have a little thumbnail sketched out already. I don't know if you can tell what's happening. And I got a little border. I figured I'll take you along with me as I do this. Because, yeah. That's what we do on this channel. I just do a bunch of stuff and then you watch it. I don't know how long this video is going to be, or even if it's exciting at all. I mean, I'm going to assume it won't be too much different from my regular sketch vlogs, except you'll hear a lot of this in the background. I don't know, this year I've been a little bit more in the Halloween spirit than normal. I'm a 21-year-old who lives in a state with no friends. Like, state as in my physical location, not an emotional state, although I guess that too. So I don't have many opportunities anymore to do stuff for Halloween, and I haven't really done anything for Halloween since I was like, I don't know, like 15. But I don't know, there's just been something about this year where I've been feeling extra spooky. And so I'm drawing, I just really didn't say what I was drawing. I'm drawing my character Andy, but as a succubus, because all I've been capable of drawing lately is horny art. But I'm making a more advertiser-friendly version for YouTube. So, also, I didn't warm up in classic Oliver fashion, so this might look a little whack, but it's fine. I feel like this is the first time that I filmed a video where I just like got right into it. There wasn't 20 hours of pretense. Look at me go. I think that's fine. I changed my brush size. I feel like there's something about this that doesn't quite look like Andy's face, which I don't know why. It's probably because I didn't warm up, but I've been drawing mostly Andy in my free time, so really this shouldn't be an issue. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this area right here on their hair, never quite figured it out. I'd say we're creeping up on 2 years as to when I redesigned Andy. Still haven't figured out that section of their hair. It's a little different every time. I don't really know what I'm doing. Also, I do feel obligated to tell you all. Since this is a digital sketch vlog and you can't see it, I do want to let you know my coffee is here. Don't worry. I'm getting my daily... Is caffeination a word? I'm getting caffeinated. Gonna be honest, I don't know what in me caused me to draw Andy as a succubus, but like, you know, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, I don't know where it came from. Like, it's funny, their personality doesn't suit a succubus, like, at all, really? But I drew it and I was like, well, this just owns my entire soul now, in true succubus fashion. I'm also curious / dreading to see how often my voice cracks in this video. I'll probably edit out a majority of them, but I am at that point in taking testosterone where my voice just cracks like every other word, so if you hear my voice cracking or breaking or doing anything of the like, that's why. I didn't exactly define their body super great in the rough sketch. I mean, the base sketch. This is the rough sketch. Let me just do that real quick. Those are some aggressive-ass bugs outside. And an aggressive-ass car. I was gonna say motorcycle, but I have... Oh. Is that a motorcycle? I don't know shit about shit. I don't know what this hand's doing. I mean, I know what it's supposed to be doing, but I don't know if I can make it look like that. That's for all you lovely folk at home. I mean, this is just the rough sketch, it's fine. Actually, I keep talking and I like get distracted by my voice. I would always talk a little bit more in my chest. It wasn't rare to see that in a video, or hear that I suppose. But now I do it and it sounds deeper, and I do it, and I'm like, oh, it makes my little trans heart happy. Is that good? Is that good? I think we should move this down a bit. I cannot stop burping. Every time I burp, it's a present from me to you. Titty. I got my priorities figured out. It's just a little too thick over there. I've been having this problem lately where every time I draw a person, I just give them the world's fattest dump truck of an ass. I don't like the way that looks. I don't like the way it looks. Fuck! I feel like there's something that's not quite right with this, but I can't put my finger on it. Here, I'll just select all of this. Is that better or worse? I think it's a little better. Let me just say it was a little interesting trying to make a more YouTube-friendly version of a succubus. Before anybody mentions it, yes, I said I was gonna make a Patreon, and yes, I am working on it. I wanted some tiers to have like exclusive like prints and stickers and stuff, so I'm just figuring those out. But I'm hoping to make it before the end of the year, and if not, early 2022. Ew, it's gonna be 2022. Ugh. These will be ruffles. Right now they kind of look like lettuce, actually. I have to admit, I hadn't quite figured out this situation in terms of their clothes. That's it's my fault. Abby, don't try and go in the closet. No! I've been in there a large chunk of my life. It's not worth it, buddy. Hey, you! Hey, you! Don't let me just talking to my cat in smoker long voice. And then on the side, I had a thing, like a little cutout here, because it's the PG-ish version, but we still gotta make it a little horny. I don't give a fuck. Get out of here. I think I know what's wrong. I think it's this arm. I think it needs to go more from here. Yes, that's so much better. Okay. I did it. I'm a genius. Add some details in this bitch. I think I like doing digital sketch vlogs. The vibes are a little different. Don't worry, that won't be replacing regular traditional sketch vlogs, but I wouldn't mind doing this more often, so let me know what you think. I like how my first digital sketch vlog was non-binary ninja, and this digital sketch vlog is non-binary succubus. Non-binary folk, am I representing you well? Look at their little heart in their eye. They're gonna fucking steal your soul. I was about to ask, whose soul do you think they're gonna steal? And then I remembered they're a part of the non-dating group. And actually, they started the not dating group. It was a foolish question on my part. Ignoring this eyebrow side, let me tell you a problem I have with my art. So I do this, and then this eye, this one, seems too thin. But then it's like, if I were to make the eyes the same size, like if I were to widen this one up to the point where it would look good over here, this eye then looks weird. I don't know what it is about my style, but this eye just has to be a little bit more narrow. And like, you can't really tell in the final art most of the time. It's just, it looks weird. I don't know what I did to my style to make that happen, but it's just my life and I gotta live with it. Oh my goodness, is that my Abby cat? Don't you claw my chair. I will end you. Does anybody else do that to their animals? Like, they'll just threaten to murder them, but then it's like, when you actually, like, you'll lightly tap them with your foot on accident, and then immediately start crying because you think you hurt them. Oh my goodness, these bugs. I will say it now, especially during sketch vlogs, I'm gonna apologize in advance for how much louder outside noise could be. Because before I lived in this apartment complex, and so there was like apartments above me, below me, to either side of me. There's a cat in my bed, you're not allowed in there, I'm allergic! Don't ask me why I have a cat when I'm allergic to cats. Don't you eat the bubble wrap now. You are dumb. You're a dumb baby. Anyways, what was I saying? There are other apartments all around me, and also there's like this little walkway. And so like, the outside was fairly distant from my room where I film videos, so the background noise would be like kind of subtle. But here there isn't any of that, and also, deadass, there's a door to outside right in my bedroom. So, rain is a lot louder, bugs are a lot louder. When one of the neighbors is doing yard work, that's a lot louder. But other than that, the new house is great. Can't decide if I like this. I mean, I think it'll look a little weird in till I draw the rest of their head anyway, so let's do that and then adjust. Okay, I for sure hate this nose though. Noses have always been the one thing that I wasn't super happy about in my art style, but then I got a comment fairly recently of someone being like, I love the way you draw noses, and I was like, oh, my noses are amazing. You guys, they look pretty horny. That joke's never been made before. I'm a comedic genius. You know what? I think the mouth is also throwing me off a little bit, so we'll erase that and then just make a new mouth. I think that's a little better. Not great, but better. There we go. That one's kind of cute. I don't know why my instincts with mouth is... No. My instinct with mouths, there we go, is to just draw them all the way over here. Like, if this is their head, I'll draw a mouth like... Meh. And I'm like, yep, that's good. That's good. Mouths go on the cheek. My coffee's getting cold. Alright, you know what? No, I'm filming a video, but I got priorities. It's so much better. Now we can proceed. I remember the first time I drew Succubus Andy. Posted to Instagram stories and was like, I drew Andy as a succubus. And then everyone was like, show me. Show me. Post. Can't just do that show drawing. Glad we all have the same interests here. I always add a lot of ruffles to a character's design because I think it'd be a good idea, and then I gotta draw all the ruffles, and then I no longer think it's a good idea. Then I keep the ruffles because I still think it's kind of a good idea. I just wish it was a good idea that was less time consuming to draw. I feel like I should add a heart over here. Because I mean, if there's not enough hearts in this design, there's hearts, you know? Something I'm beginning to realize about myself with my art is that I have a hard time drawing shoulders, like bare shoulders that aren't like super muscular. Like, shoulders are just easier to draw when they're all muscly. I don't know why. And it's a problem because not everyone is really ripped beefcakes. Andy most definitely is not. I don't know if it's super clear what's going on with that tail. Here, let me just... It's a sound that's familiar to all digital artists. I think I might need to change the shape of that. We'll go back to it later. Oh god. Did you guys just see what just happened there? I'm a professional who never messes up and never presses unnecessary buttons. I'm kidding. That's every time I do digital art is accidentally pressing this button a million times and then give everyone a seizure. Is that even? It's most definitely not. Is that hand acceptable? Maybe a little big, but I feel like half of my sketch vlogs are me making a mistake in a drawing and then attempting to fix it and then being like, is it better? We're making progress. Art is being made, which is a good thing because it's the point of this video. What if I made this higher? I think that's more how it was in my concept sketches for this outfit. I really wish I could draw the original version of Succubus Andy, but I'm not quite sure how my monetization would like that. And I got bills to pay, so I don't think I want to risk that. Go to my Patreon in the future. It'll be there. I don't know how I like that. I mean, I think it's fine in theory, but I don't think it looks good in this drawing. I know what I can do. I can ignore the problem for now and draw the rest of the drawing and then cry when I have to actually come up with a solution for that. I'm at the point where I can't really progress that much until I fix the problems I've been avoiding. I don't wanna, so I'm just looking for more stuff to do, but there isn't anything. Damn it. Don't know how this works. Art is hard. Why is this my job? Knees are so fucking weird. I can never, I feel like, ooh. I feel like I've tried so many different ways to draw knees and none of them look right. And I feel like this is something I've discussed at length on my channel before, but I'll keep on discussing it because what the fuck? I don't know if that's accurate to how fishnets work, but that's how I'm gonna draw it. I think I should make it more this way. Yeah, I think that definitely makes it a lot more clear. All right, let's zap this bitch in. Here we go. Oh, I said it like Mario. Forget Chris Pratt is Mario. I'll be Mario. Check out my Mario impression. Look at this. Hey, I'm Mario. Cast me now. I heated up my coffee and then I forgot it was here. Now it's getting cold again. I'm a big brain man. Let's do something with this border. And I'll change that angle up so it actually looks like an A and not just a weird shape. I don't know if these look like bat wings. I don't want anything super fancy. I believe it's line art time. I kind of like this color for the line art. I feel like a lot of artists complain about line art, but it's one of my favorite parts of art because I'm basically just tracing over everything everything I already did, so it's kind of mindless, and I can kind of zone out, I guess, while I make it. I also think art style, but I think line art is one of the more prominent aspects of my art style, so maybe that's just another reason why I enjoy it. Fuck this. Do you ever, like, not know which way would be easier to draw the line? Like, which direction? And so you just end up flipping the canvas a million times thinking about it. I love this shy, non-binary succubus. It's my favorite thing. Look at them! Like the video if you agree. I love digital art. Damn it. Kind of regret putting this line here, but it's merged onto all of that and I can't really erase it. You know, maybe I'll try. I'll just redo this whole part. It'll be fine. I love drawing their hair so much. It's just a lot of swoopy shapes. I want to say it was my senior year, but in one year in high school, I took an animation class, and my teacher said he hated, like, this thing where you can see the eye through the hair. But, like, it's a big part of my art style. Every time I draw that, it makes me think of that. But it's funny, because everyone in the class disagreed with him. He was a cool teacher. A lot of people ask me what brushes I use, and I know people are gonna ask me in this video. The program I use is Paint Tool Sci 2, and the brushes I use for sketching, line art, coloring, and to some extent shading, I just use the default pencil tool over here. And then for blending, I use the default watercolor brush tool. So nothing fancy at all. I don't think I've ever customized my own brush, aside from, like, making freckles like that. In terms of, like, doing line art and everything, I don't think I've ever customized my own brushes. That is some professional ass shit that I can't be bothered to do. Is that arm a little too chiseled? Now that I'm looking about it, I think it might be. I'll keep it. I just love chiseling arms and legs. What can I say? Now that I'm doing liner, I get the joy of having to draw each ruffle all over again. Which, if there's anything to gather from this video, it's my favorite thing to draw, and is in no way at all tedious. With fishnets, isn't there like some sort of stitching, like right here? I would love to add that to my art, but then I never look up a reference of fishnets whenever I draw them, so it never happens. And that said, I am continuing to not look up reference pictures of fishnets. Oh god, this is gonna be scary to make. Oh. Ah, fuck, I forgot to merge this. Ah, shit. Life is pain. Hey, that works. Please, please. Please. Yeah, that's not bad. Hell yeah. I also just realized I had not acknowledged the file name. It's just Halloween. Their shoulder looks so empty. But I can't add the muscle because they're not muscly. Let me see if I can pull off an epic gamer move here. I think that works. I did do the epic gamer move. I started referring to everything as like an epic gamer move because it annoyed my sister. And now I can't stop. Shout out to everyone who develops entire new speech patterns and habits because it annoys your siblings, and that's the only reason why. Anatomically, I don't really know what's going on in this section, but it's fine. We can just... There you go. I can tell I really give up drawing these. Look how awful they look. Let me draw these wings real quick before I forget, because I will 100% forget about them. I don't know if these are actually what succubus wings look like. I mean, succubus is... Succubi? Succubi. I'll suck your bye. Anyways, I don't know if this is what they look like, but they aren't real, so I guess they can look however I want them to look. I want to go get my drink. I almost grabbed the microphone. I'm not gonna lie. This outfit that I'm drawing them in, I literally just threw together hella quickly. I was like, I want to draw them on my channel as a succubus, but also I think it's a little too horny for YouTube's liking. As soon as I make my Patreon, that'll be like one of the first things I post, I promise. Fuck, why did I draw so many ruffles? I may be feeling a little bit of regret. I don't know, I just, whenever I need to add a detail to an article of clothing, I'm just like, ah yes, ruffles. I wonder if I'll ever learn. The answer isn't always ruffles. Every time I make the answer ruffles, I just regret it later. I don't like it all the way folded in. Filled in. Words are very bad and wrong and evil. because I can't use them right. I'll deal with the border last, honestly. I can't be bothered. Zola, why are you barking? I'll probably censor this drawing, but look at the name. Can you guess what its contents is? My new way of blocking in colors is to do this, and then invert, and then use this to like get the remaining areas. It's hard to do this sometimes because I don't close my lines clearly. And so sometimes this really just does not work. All right, let's get into blocking this shit in. Whoops, he's not green. They don't have a green face. I don't know how much of this is gonna be in the video. I don't know how interesting watching me put flat colors down is. Feeling more regret with the ruffles. Don't know why I do this. I never learned my lesson. Note to self, not every character design you draw has to have ruffles in it. Or do they? They don't. And the quick little mock-up drawing I did of the outfit I wanted to draw them in, I used 2 different tones of black. In the original version, let's just say there was less fabric to color in, so 1 tone of black was fine, but for this one I wanted the 2 different tones, just because since there's a lot more I wanted to break it up so it's not just like completely dark everywhere. I guess first, before I even fully color all of the black bits, I'll just find 2 different tones. Maybe I can make them a little bit lighter, and then maybe more contrast. Let me actually, I think what might help, let me just kind of block out what's what. I think this will make my job a little bit easier. Someone is just not even listening to music out there. They're just listening to bass. Put that to normal. Copy that layer. For anyone wondering how I do my line art thing, I'll have a color, and then I will copy my flat colors layer, put it on top, clip that, merge it, set that to multiply, and then I will adjust the colors accordingly. Like Andy has really pale skin, so that trick doesn't normally work with their skin. And then like for the blacks in this drawing, I'll probably lighten up the line art. Kind of like the way the pink looks on the line art actually. Maybe I'll lighten it up a little bit, but I think it helps to bring that pink color throughout the drawing a little bit more so it's not as harsh. Ooh, how would it look on the white? I don't hate that either. I think I might do that. Then after that, I take my other color up there. That I usually set to overlay and then play around with the opacity of it. For anyone wondering how I pick my shading colors, it's pretty random. Put down 4 different tones, then I literally just go like this, and then I'll find one I like. I think I do like keeping it pretty warm, maybe slightly more purpley. And then to pick a shine color, highlight color, I'll just take the darkest one of here and then just do the same thing. It usually ends up being like orangish or yellow, but there are times where I've used like blue or purple. Again, it's pretty random and it kind of just depends on whatever it is I'm drawing. It is the next day. If anything sounds different, it's because it probably is, because we know how I roll. Anyways, we will now add these gradients, and I'm gonna be real. I don't know how much this actually does in terms of like the end product of my art. I just think it helps to make the shading look a little bit more visually interesting. I don't know if it actually does, but you know, we can pretend that it does, so then that way I'm not wasting time. I also don't know how much of this is going to be in the video, because I mean, let's be honest, boring as hell. I wonder if I should select the heart separately. It's a lot of extra work for an effect that probably doesn't give me much payoff. No, it's not. Close the canvas. That would have been very bad. Oh my goodness. Am I just gonna keep accidentally closing the drawing? I wonder if at one point I will close the drawing. That'll be really upsetting to me, but really funny for the video. I believe we're good on gradients. Now's the fun part. I also really like this part of art where I just like render and shade and all of that. Probably right up there with line art and sketching. I like art. Art is fun. Except for putting down flat colors. That's a bitch to do. I wonder if doing more digital sketch vlogs will give all of you guys a chance to study how I do digital art more. Like almost every time I post one of my digital drawings, someone will say that they love the way that I shade and render things. I tried to explain it the best I could in my video where I explained my digital art process, but I mean, we all know how I am with trying to explain stuff. So, don't know how effective that video was. And again, I just used the default paint tool side brushes. Do you guys want to hear my hot artist take? Custom brushes, or very much overrated. Like, sometimes they are needed, like how I made my freckles brush and stuff, but for just, like, sketching and doing line art and stuff, like, you don't need anything fancy. I've always just used the default brushes, and, you know, no shade to any artist who has custom brushes for literally everything they do, but just in my personal opinion, I don't really get it. 9 times out of 10, you can't really tell when a custom brush has been used versus the default brushes. Because, I mean, I get asked all the time what kind of brushes I use. And the answer is always default. So, I mean, clearly everyone thinks I got something special going on. I feel like every time I make a sketch vlog, the shading process is what makes it into the video the least amount. Was that a sentence? I don't know. It's morning when I'm filming this. It requires more focus than, say, like, the line art or the sketching phase for me. Because sketching is what I have done the most of in my life, and line art, I'm just tracing over everything I'm doing. But this requires more thought, and I feel kind of bad, because I feel like this is one of the more interesting parts of watching someone draw, is like how they shade stuff. But since it requires more focus, I don't really talk, and so a lot of it gets cut out. Because, I mean, I don't think it would be very interesting to watch me just draw in silence. Like, watch this. Boring as hell, right? Zilla Bear, what's the issue, ma'am? Ma'am. I promise whatever it is, it's not as serious as you think it is. I think she might be laying on the back of the couch. You know how cats, like, sit on the back couch cushions? She does that. She literally lays there because she thinks she's a cat. She grew up with Abby and another cat, Pretty, who I realized I never really introduced on the channel. She is unfortunately no longer with us. She was a good baby. She grew up around all cats, never a dog. So now she doesn't really know how to be a dog. I think highlight time. When I add highlights, I usually use the shine blending mode. And at first I just leave it at 100% until I put some highlights down. And then I play with the opacity. It usually ends up at about 30%, but depending on the highlight color and what's underneath, it could be more or less. My coffee's starting to get cold again. Yeah, I'm gonna go heat this up. Hell yeah, microwave coffee. I'm thriving. I just realized since I redesigned them, I've stopped putting freckles on their, like, shoulders and stuff. I don't know how possible it is for someone to have freckles all over their face and not at all on other parts of their body. And I mean, Andy probably has freckles on the rest of their body. I just apparently always forget to draw them. Alright, I have a hard time figuring out how to shade noses. Sometimes I'll add shading right here. It doesn't quite look right. But then it doesn't look right when I have highlights there and highlights there, and it doesn't look right. And so sometimes I'll try doing highlights here and then shade there. But then that doesn't look right. Noses are whack. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. How noses help? I was going to add blush. I didn't. I did not add the blush. It might actually be better that I avoided. Just trying to select their face with this red all over their face would definitely give me some issues. Blush is the one thing that traditional art I always add, even when it probably shouldn't be there. And then digital art, I always intend to add it, and then never do. I don't know what it is about having markers that just makes me remember to add the blush. I swear to God, at one point I knew how to shade noses. Which one of you fuckers took my ability to color noses? If you don't give me back my ability to draw noses, I'm gonna sue. And Zola will be my lawyer, so you know I'm gonna win. I think I might actually skip the lightest tone. These are pretty darks. Oh, that's the wrong layer. I don't think the lightest tone of shading I have would really show up anyway. These hearts low-key look like the peach emoji. Not a whole lot. Like if the peach emoji was abstract art. Oh my god, abstract heart? I don't know what any of that means, but there's a connection there. As I'm shading in this shoulder, I'm just like, don't over-render. Don't over-render. Don't over-render. Alright, Oliver, now that you're getting into the darker colors, don't add too many on the shoulder. Don't over-render. Also, if anyone knows of a better way to do fishnets, let me know. Oh, you know what I should have done? I should have done them on their separate line art layer. And then I could, like, add shading underneath. Shit. That would have been so much better. A lesson for next time, I suppose. Is this too much? Do they look too muscly? I think a little bit. Damn it! I like it, though. We'll leave it. It's a little treat to myself, I guess. Oh god, I gotta deal with the ruffles again. I was all excited to finish this drawing today that I remembered I gotta deal with the ruffles. I'm running out of coffee. What am I gonna do? Drink water? There's no caffeine in water. Hands, I feel like, are one of those things that if I'm not constantly studying, I will just forget. And there are like 5 different times, probably more, where I was going to film that sketch vlog I keep mentioning of me studying hands. But then every single time I put it on my list of things I want to do in the month. I'm like, oh, I think this video would be more fun instead. And then I never do it. Ruffles are hard. Why do I do this? Where do I go from here? Oh, I forgot to say the other part. Fuck! Okay, it shouldn't take me long. So my reaction was perhaps a bit dramatic. You know, I should have shaded the tail like how I've been shading all of the hearts in this drawing. It's a little late for that now, isn't it? I am a dummy man. After taking testosterone for so long, I don't want to pass as a man. I want to pass as a dummy man. That's who I truly am on the inside. I feel like clothing is something I also get comments on fairly often, but it is one of the things that I kind of just bullshit throughout my art. It's like, oh, I love the way you shade clothes and like put the folds in it and stuff. And I'm like, that's cool. I don't really know how I do it. If you would like to tell me how I do it, that'd be great. I also just remembered I got the border to work on. Didn't even line art it. Line art it. Ink it. Bop it. Can I finish this before I have to take my dog outside? Well, I'm definitely not gonna get to the border part, but can I finish their legs before I have to take my dog outside? Gonna speed run. That's how you speed run. Thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Just these last bits of ruffles, and then you won't have to draw any more ruffles. Watch when I'm done filming this, I make a drawing with ruffles. I probably won't stop drawing Succubus Andy anytime soon. I hate to break it to myself, that means I'm gonna have to draw a lot more ruffles. I pick the color overlays the same way I pick everything else. I just put some colors down, see what looks good. I actually kind of like the way that looks. I'll blend it out a little bit with the watercolor brush tool. After that I use the blur tool. I normally try to avoid using the blur tool for stuff like that, but since this is a fairly subtle color overlay, I don't mind doing it because I can't really tell I use the blur tool. I'll figure out this background situation first before I work on the border. I think that'll be beneficial. I don't really know what to do with the background. I don't think I should do a whole lot since I am gonna have the border, but I also don't want to just like leave it a solid color. Let me just add some stuff here. I drop a bunch of colors and watercolor a bunch of colors and see what happens. Let me try adding some gradients to this. I think that helps. I don't know what the issue is, but sometimes when I try and add an outline to like my flat colors layer, it gets all kind of wonky. So I'll just merge them all and then copy, undo, and paste. I'll usually make it all white and then I'll outline that layer. Let me actually make all of this not visible while I do this. Let's make it a little bit thicker than the rest of the drawing. Should have looked up a reference of a pumpkin with one of these leaf things, but I didn't because why would I? What's pumpkin color? That's like pumpkin color, right? I think I'm gonna color in this pumpkin and then add an overlay on top of like a pinkish purpley color just because there isn't any orange in the rest of the drawing and I don't want it to look weird or dumb. I don't know if I want to keep the line art on the pumpkin that color or if I should change it. I think I'll color in some of the parts on the inside, but then I'll leave the outside. Kind of like how I used to color my line art. Alrighty, I'd say we're just about done. Sign this really quick. And there we have it. I'm pretty happy with it. I enjoyed this a lot. I really like doing these digital sketch vlogs, so you can probably expect some more of these. I don't know how many more. I guess that's entirely up to you guys and how you respond to this video, but let me know what you thought. Happy Halloween. This is going up a few days before Halloween, probably. But, happy Halloween, everybody. I don't have any Halloween plans, but feel free to let me know if you have any Halloween plans. That's about all I have for this video, so if you liked it, give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you like digital sketch vlog. Let me know if you like the art in here. Let me know if you like Succubus Sandy. I have a feeling most of you, if not all of you, will. And if you are new here, hello, my name is Oliver. I post a new video here every single Wednesday, although that's slowly becoming whenever I can, but the goal is Wednesday. I draw a lot on this channel, as you could probably figure out. I draw a lot of my original characters, I'll make fan art, I'll do sketch vlogs like this, I'll do speed paints, whatever really floats my boat. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, feel free to stick around, I'd love to have you. And if you want to see more from me, you can follow follow me on social media. Those will be shown on screen now and linked in the description box below. And also in the description box will be my Ko-fi account if you want to give your boy a little tip. That'd be cool. And if you want to watch more of my videos, there will be some on screen now and linked in the iCard for you to check out if you want. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.